Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
How about this? They outscored Wake 52-30 in the second half. They were down one at the break. They've now won 7 straight ACC games in double figures. First time since 92-93 they've done that. They've held all 7 opponents below 70 points. Their defense has been pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Tyler, is this – you're watching this team all year now. Are you buying that this team now can make a run to the Final Four and maybe even win this whole thing if things go right?
I do think they can make a deep tournament run. Now, would I say that they're an actual contender? You got to put them in that category. And I think right now, when you look across the whole basketball landscape, I think UConn and Purdue and then everybody else. And I think UNC would fall in that, one of the top teams and everybody else. But also tonight was a huge effort. And I've always said that if we play defense, if UNC plays defense, it's going to dictate their success. How well they play defense from here on out is really going to determine how well they do. I mean, RJ Davis is really playing well, and he was key, especially for the team in the second half. He got things going. We didn't even have a 3-point bucket in the first half. We kind of settled, and also we just came off a quick turnaround from Boston. And so to do this in the second half after a quick turnaround in a road game, was very impressive. But they showed up and they played defense and they got another W.
Wake had won, Tio, 11 of 13 coming in. As Tyler said, RJ has played like a All-American. He didn't break Tyler's record, Dean Dome record tonight. He had 36. Tyler had 40 back his freshman year at Georgia Tech. He was 13 of 17 from the field, and Tyler went to the line a bunch. He only made 14 of 19, though. He went 19 times, Tio, but he only made 14.
Hey, you left some on the floor there, T.
T, I always say I should have shot more, and I would have shot more in the modern game.
Would you have been?
You're probably right.
Would you have stepped out and tried to make threes in today's game?
I think you kind of have to, and also I do feel like there's such a big push for it from all of college basketball, even the coaching staff. The one thing I don't like about the 3-point shot is you have guys that bypass a certain step in their game, and I've been a big guy on simplifying the game as far as being good around the basket, being able to make shots around there, and also free throws. I think in today's game, I think a lot of coaches and younger players put such a point on trying to make the 3-point shot that they can't shoot good free throws, and they're not making their free throws, and they're leaving huge gaps in their game just to be able to make a 3-point shot. I think it's a good weapon to have in your arsenal, but it's not what makes it's not a deal breaker to me, and there's much more to basketball than the 3-point shot.
All right, Tio. Carolina, you heard it from the homer. He thinks they can go deep. I'm not sure he sold me on the fact that he thinks they can win the whole thing. Where are you with this Carolina team? Because they do have a star now in RJ Davis, and everybody else is kind of falling into line. Cormac Ryan's starting to make some shots. Ingram's just playing his role. He was on the glass. I thought he was Tyler tonight. Where are you with this Tar Heels team?
The most impressive thing to me is the analytics says that North Carolina's been guarding all year. And today I felt like Wake Forest was stuck on 45 points for God knows how long. It felt like an hour. And their ability to really lock down things on the perimeter, Wake Forest has got scorers, guys, like multiple guys that can score. And they're doing it with playing 2 small guys. And RJ Davis, like I said, best small guard in the country. But Elliot Cadeau is getting up there, and finally he's learned how to play defense without fouling so much. That was a problem for him earlier this year. Now he's learned where to use his quickness, how to slide in front, not use his hands. Defensively, that's where the most impressive part about this North Carolina team is. Baycott, he kind of hits this perfect it's not quite drop coverage because he's not all the way back. He plays a little bit closer up, and he still maintains pressure. Plus, those guards are fighting over so hard that it makes it impossible for guys to really create any separation. Defensively tonight, they were awesome. And offensively, earlier in the season, I was saying, this Carolina team's back to running the Carolina break. It's not the Carolina break. The only similarity between this North Carolina pushing the ball and teams of yesteryear is that initial advance pass. If they don't get something on that initial advance pass, they're running a whole bunch of nice stuff, and they're bringing Baycott out to the perimeter to where they can use their speed with R.J. Davis, to where they can use their speed with Elliot Cadeau. And then you have floor spacer with Cormac Ryan, and then Harrison Ingram. To me, like, he's been one of the most impressive players on that roster simply because he came in, he was great at Stanford, and Stanford wasn't good. He was really good there. For him to be able to buy into a role, 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting and 14 boards, and just understands he has to be a part of things, that this North Carolina team, the only thing, and I've said this before, and I'm sticking with it, the only thing that scares me is they're about 7 deep. Truthfully, they're about 7 deep. They played 9 tonight. But if once you get past Withers and Trimble, Jalen Washington hasn't given it to you consistently, and Wojcik is probably 10th, 11th guy. Like, fine player, but I think when push comes to shove and you're in that elite 8 game and you got to put him up against some dudes, I think it's going to be difficult. That's the only thing that scares me about this North Carolina team, because that first 7, phenomenal. That first 7 can win a national championship.
Yeah, Kadau's been a difference maker for me. And you were talking about it earlier in the season, Tyler, and he's really steadily come along and gotten better. And today he's become a little bit more of an offensive threat. I saw him at Clemson, and he's not as shy to shoot it. He's just got to make a few a game. Like, he's just got to keep defenses honest so they're not playing those guys, 4-on-5 at the end of the day. But, man, what he can do in terms of not just his speed and his ability to find guys, but like the pace he plays at as a freshman, like, it's hard to kind of speed him up. He plays with a certain like poise about him that you just don't see out of freshmen and then reclassified freshmen, Tyler.
His turbo button is silly.
He's a jitterbug, and he has different paces to his game. He can turn it fast. He can turn it slow. And the one thing I really like about Cadeau right now is it's really taken RJ and put him in his natural position. And I think last year we were asking a lot for RJ to be the point guard. And I think it's really made RJ kind of break out, and it's really helped his game. But also Cadau's going to get better and better as the year goes on. He's going to get his confidence. And I think that Coach Davis has done a good job of allowing him to kind of make some of those mistakes and still play him and stay with him. And tonight, I thought he did a really good job of getting into the paint and getting those easy buckets and easy layups, even when Wake Forest was sagging off of him and daring him to shoot the outside shot.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.